Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the show, your weekly 5-minute rundown of all of the top Long Beach sports stories.
The show is brought to you by the Long Beach Post, and it's hosted by the 562.org. That's him, JJ Fiddler, me, Mike Guardabascio, and on the website, we're talking about some phenomenal quarterbacking.
That's right. It's been a while since we've seen 3 Long Beach football teams in the second round of the CIF Southern Section playoffs, but Long Beach Poly, Wilson, and Lakewood are all in the second round thanks to quarterback play that was phenomenal.
The quarterfinals, JJ, not just the second round. You mentioned it. We said last week we thought these teams would go as far as their quarterbacks take them. So far, so good. Ryan Petway, 11 of 12 for 306 yards and 6 touchdowns, a new school record for Wilson. Makai Jordan for Long Beach Poly led them to the game-tying touchdown with less than a minute left, and then the game-winning overtime touchdown. And then I don't know what else you can say about Giovanni McCoy for Lakewood, but he's an absolute stud at that Division IX level.
And these guys are not trying to do too much. They're just trying to do what they do best. McCoy got let off the leash, and those RPOs, those run option plays for him have been phenomenal. Ryan Petway, taking what the defense gives him, has been the name of the game. And of course, MJ. Jump man, jump man, jump man, just being his own athletic, confident self. And that athletic confidence has built over this year because he didn't start the year as a starter.
Football not the only sport in the playoffs right now. We do have a couple of teams in the state volleyball playoffs, including Long Beach Poly, who had a long road trip to Bakersfield on Tuesday night. We tagged along and got to see them put up a dominant sweep of host Liberty to move them on to Thursday's second round of the state playoffs, where they will be traveling to number 1 seed Sierra Canyon.
There are great joys that Mike and I share while working this job. One of the best joys is watching a Long Beach team go on the road and beat a team that has no idea what Long Beach is all about.
Well, and that Bakersfield team was favored to win the game, so Poly definitely came in and showed them what the beach is all about in that one. A dominant win for them. Adania Famuina, excellent as she always is, but really a good job of distributing the offense. They had 6 players between 4 and 7 kills. They had 9 blocks, and they had 12 aces in the win.
It is officially Long Beach State basketball season. The men's and women's team both in action last weekend, Saturday, in front of a homecoming crowd. The women's team doubling up their opponent, and the men's team playing a very exciting game against San Diego, showing that even though they're not great offensively, they will be playing hard all year long.
Well, and they're going to have to do that because you mentioned they're so young, they have so many new players. It's going to have to come with grit and fight because it's not coming with overwhelming developed talent. We saw both sides of that coin, the close loss to UCLA, then the blowout loss at Stanford. You're going to see more of both of those things from this team this year.
Make sure you keep an eye on Chance Hunter and Michael Carter III, both of them transfers in this year, making their beach debuts and making a big splash doing so.
Huge game for the LBCC football team as they're going to be playing for an outright conference championship at Veterans Memorial Stadium on Saturday, hosting Ventura College. This is a big one. Not only does the team win an outright conference championship with this, they did win 2 years ago and the year before that, so they're trying to get back to those championship winning ways. A win on Saturday would also put the Vikings into the state playoffs, which is really hard to do in California at the JUCO level. So this is a big one for the Vikings on Saturday.
We've obviously got the highlight videos for those Vikings football games at the562.org, but if you want to go behind the scenes, you can check out their web series Redemption, available right now, actually produced by LBCC. It's like their own Hard Knocks or Last Chance U, and what a year to be doing that for the Vikings.
They picked the right year for sure. Also picking the right year, more league cross country, an absolute, just one of the most exciting seasons we've ever seen. You had the 2 expected league champions at last week's league finals, Ronan McMahon Stags for Long Beach Poly, Camille Lindsay, also a Jackrabbit. But the team races, the Poly boys won their 13th in a row, 23rd in the last 24 years. Milliken's girls team won for the first time since 1993 and the first time outright since 1982, which is before either of us were born, so it's a pretty big deal.
That's it for this episode of the show, but it's not the only thing we do here at Long Beach Post. We also do our weekly high school notebook and our weekly college notebook that gives you the other big stories going on, even the stories that we're involved in.